Broads actually contributed to the birth of stem cell research here in California by contributing before there was a California Institute of Regenerative Medicine to enable that group to get started, which of course stimulated a lot of activity at all of our universities and research centers.
Absolutely. I think the ability to bring some of the smartest, the brightest people in the world to UCSF or to California in general, to these three centers, has been, I think, the lasting impact of this gift. It really has made California one of the epicenters for stem cell research in the world.
It really was visionary, this funding, because we really couldn't actually anticipate all of the powerful developments that would come from this.
My field of study is neurodegenerative diseases, and we approach this in kind of a unique way, which is to use stem cell biology and cellular reprogramming to understand how these diseases kill cells in the brain. The Broads Philanthropy has supported my research with access to cutting-edge technology and the ability to interact with experts in their fields. So that builds a community where we can bounce ideas off of each other or develop new ideas, and that's where the innovation really occurs.
The people in my team, they're regularly interacting with members of the other teams, and oftentimes this helps us to overcome technical challenges by seeking advice from them, and it has also helped us to have a fresh perspective on some long-standing old problems that we're facing in our field. So it has been very inspiring and helpful.
We've been studying a devastating muscle disease called Duchenne muscular dystrophy that affects about 1 in 3,500 to 5,000 boys, and there is no cure. Without the Broads Stem Cell Center, we wouldn't have been able to have teams of outstanding scientists to complete these innovative studies. And so the Broads Center has cultivated and supported innovative research. And that's one of the things that has really changed my journey to move our research forward.
The Broad Foundation really provide enough great support for the new junior faculty. So I think that's a very important factor from my decision making to choose USC to start my independent career and focusing on understanding metastatic cancer stem cells.
We're trying to reverse aging. And we think that one way that we can reverse aging is actually by using stem cells and the stem cells that are already in your body. This is the place that got me started. This was a place where they didn't look at me as he was just in graduate school. They looked at me as this is a really interesting scientist that we want to nurture. And that's what allowed me to get to where I am now and to keep going.
We all have training grants to help with students, postdoctoral fellows, and particularly clinical fellows who are at that interface between science and medicine in order to enable people to carry on the work as they transition through different stages of their career. And so we're much appreciative of the support and funding we've received from the Broad Foundation for this.
The Broad's generosity has given me the opportunity to do this research for a year during my residency, and it is part of my career trajectory and is just helping me get towards my goal of taking my interest in science, my passions for research, and turning them into something that will hopefully be very meaningful for our patients.
Mr. and Mrs. Broad have really been able to help me delve into the world of basic science research. They've been giving me the opportunity to really combine my clinical knowledge of cardiovascular disease with what I'm learning in the lab. And I think this will have a real lasting impact because I think the only way to advance medicine is by combining the two.
The Broad Clinical Research Fellowship changed my life. My area of study is the inner ear, and I'm working to find a cure to the hearing loss. This is my focus and this is my mission, I hope, in this life.
Everything you can think of is now being touched by the basic biology of stem cell research. But that wasn't clear at the time that the Broad stepped in to fund this kind of research that was potentially risky. And I think that was a very brilliant move, and that stem cell research is, in fact, transforming the way we do medicine.
I'm a pediatric and fetal surgeon, and the focus of my research is to use the special immune environment in the fetus to develop stem cell therapies for fetuses with blood disorders. The combination of the opportunity to touch so many lives clinically and the opportunity to do such interesting research in this mysterious area of maternal fetal biology has been really attractive to me.
Our trials for severe combined immune deficiency, or bubble baby disease, since coming to UCLA, we've treated over 30 such patients. It's a very rare disease, so we're seeing almost every baby born in North America is getting referred to our trials at UCLA. We are now a year into our first clinical trial of stem cell gene therapy for sickle cell disease, and without the Broad Stem Cell Center's support, the research we're doing would really just be much less productive. We wouldn't be helping patients like we are.
Our goal really is to be able to treat many blood diseases, to improve the bone marrow transplantation, and also our work relates with lots of cancer therapy, and our job is to be able to recover the damaged blood system and help the patient to recover faster.
The whole objective is that we discover something in the laboratory that can then help change lives of patients, because that's why we do research. I hope that one day when we treat a woman with ovarian cancer, we can tell her with full confidence that this treatment that we're going to give you has a very high likelihood of curing your cancer.
Thank you, Mr. and Mrs. Broad, for all that you've done to spearhead efforts at USC. And I'm really looking forward to the future of working together to really bring our three centers together.
Without their vision, we wouldn't be at this place we are now, where we actually think that we could have a real impact on treating devastating muscle diseases such as Duchenne muscular dystrophy.
Thank you for the infrastructure. Thank you for allowing me the space that really let me have my start.
I will be very grateful all my life to the Broad Foundation to give me this opportunity to contribute to possibly find a way to cure the hearing loss.